when you keep learning who you are? What happens when you keep developing your capacity, your capabilities, when you keep expanding your life, especially when it's the most difficult thing to do? Because I can tell you, so many people are going through depression after a marriage collapses, right? But if you're able to find yourself to this video and you're able to find yourself to a place where you now operating from a place of purpose and you're expanding your life, what happens next? Right? If you keep doing that, you begin producing something people often try to demand. What is that? Value. Inside of value, you have self-respect, confidence, all these different nice things that is so hard to do, right? But all of that is from self-discovery to value. And no, we're not talking about moral values. No, contrary to the popular opinion that all you have to do is find a good person and you be a good person and all that kind of stuff. I don't talk to bad people anyway. Bad people don't end up on our videos, but sometimes if they don't pay attention, they end up in divorce court. Ouch, if they don't act quickly. Okay, so we're talking about experiential value. You're talking about something you're actually experiencing in real time that you're actually still building, not the arrogantly composed moral value that you were given when I was raised in a good home, the one that you use to get defensive and to shame your partner and how it all got messy. We're not talking about that stuff. We're talking about the value that comes from a place of humility. You've been humbled and now you realize that you need to create value, right? We're not talking about the value that you suddenly think you have outside of results. I've changed, so I deserve better. Well, you deserve better. You desire better. You're not getting better. Then you need to go back, right? So being morally good does not create does not create a debt another adult has to repay with attraction. I'm sorry. That's not how life works. Okay. Value here means becoming increasingly valuable to your own experience of life. Yes, first, more alive, more engaging, more capable, capacity, right? We're talking about more emotionally sustainable, right? We're talking about more socially intelligent, meaning you are good by yourself. It's the reason why other people will want to be a part of you. But you have to start from self. More purposeful, as we've been talking about, right? We're talking about more curious. Speaking of curious, right? Not just you being curious now. Curiosity, when you produce that much value and people can see it and it shows, they get curious. Okay? They get curious. And it might take you time to actually observe that. So now, from value, you enter a phase we call curiosity and attraction. This is the result. This is the ultimate result here. I need to warn you about this one. Okay. This is not something you start looking out for. If you have to look out for it, it's not working. Okay. And you're not busy enough. That's usually what that means. Okay. And it's only going to get worse because that energy that you're spending looking out for it, you just know that this is how it works from a principle standpoint. But you'll be so busy with everything, the process, that by the time it shows up, it's like, oh, we're already here. We're back here. Because it's that much effortless when it shows up. It shouldn't be something that you have to think so hardly about. Okay. All right, we're working. I have a lot of stuff I want to share with you guys. I do have a lot of stuff I would like to share with you. But let me just tell you like this. Why does it return to powerlessness? Well, it's not exactly returning to powerlessness. Again, losers are always delusional about life. They're looking for guarantees in life. There's no guarantees in life. Winners, they just build capacity. They need whatever life has to throw at them, they prepare themselves for it. So occasionally here and there, you might have other events in life that makes you feel powerless again. You know exactly what to do with that. Instead of going in the direction of having to prove yourself, you go to grounding first. You go to grounding first, right? Your wife sometimes can still become warmer on Tuesday, your husband on Tuesday, and then by Friday it's kind of cold, right? It's uncertain. You don't know what's going on. You might have even gone back and done like a rewedding, maybe a renewal of marital vows and stuff. But this life is full of ups and downs, right? And it's not always just about you. Your husband can have an amazing weekend with you and still proceed with, you know, separation paperwork. That's crazy, right? That happens too, right? You can have 6 peaceful weeks and then suddenly receive information that you didn't expect. It's unlikely because the more you go through every successful navigation from powerlessness through curiosity and action, the more you do that, you build trust, you build safety, you build security, and everybody in this life wants to be under the covering of that level of security. And that's what you can count on. You can count on the process, just plugging yourself in a process that you know for sure will continue to build the trust, safety, and security that you're looking for. Because again, it's about them feeling safe around you. That's what it comes at. That's why they like you. That's why you're their friends. That's why if you do that over and over, it becomes second nature, not just for you, but for the other person eventually. And then the losers will call you lucky. They say you're just lucky. Okay. They say you just happen to be lucky. You're lucky to find a good wife. Yeah, if you say so. But that's not reality. There were 8 billion people here. It's very simple. Some people know what they're doing. The rest of them would rather blame everything else but self. Okay? So the objective was never to permanently eliminate powerlessness. That never. The objective was to become increasingly capable of navigating anything, any curveball, any landmines that life has to throw at you. That's the objective for winners. Okay, and that's what makes this a cycle instead of a trick, instead of some magical wand where you just pray and everything go away. You're right. Work is a beautiful thing, but work becomes better, becomes effortless over time. The more result you get, the more trust, safety, security happens. Trust is not in the hands of the other person. It's in your hands. Okay? I hope that makes sense. I hope that's making sense. Okay? So now, understanding this, all of this that we're looking at on the board, I mean, this is a lot of stuff we covered here today. Understanding this is one thing. Living it when your wife tells you she still wants divorce after a beautiful weekend is another thing. Living it when your husband brings up something you did 5 years ago is another, right? They just can't see it, right? They can't see the change in you, right? Living it when you're separated, afraid, raising children, managing money, dealing with an affair, ouch, or wondering how much contact is appropriate between the two of you when implementing the stuff. All of that becomes very personal, right? So that's what coaching can help you with. And then you can apply these principles to the actual moving pieces of your marriage while keeping your dignity, discernment, and personal power intact. Okay? So if you need help with that, you need a system, you need skills, you need support system to navigate that. All you have to do is go to getmymarriageback.com/discovery and book a private discovery session. All right. Before we finish, right? Like I said, I was 10 years of self-development before I actually entered my own marriage collapse years back, right? It taught me something I didn't really understand until the collapse forced me to live it, right? I told you at the very beginning that I had already been studying, right? Just going through this stuff. And that made the crisis quite humbling because, you know how you just thought you figured life out, right? Because knowing the concepts can make you think you've arrived, like you're that person, like it will never, right? Like you're that person that it will never happen to. And honestly, I wasn't that person. And sometimes I would take what I was learning and and basically weaponized it. Okay, I would teach, explain, analyze, help, fix, and when she gets fed up, she's like, "Stop being my therapist." I heard that a few times.